Latin America is known for a lot culture, passion, and mainly food. Aarón Sánchez is an award-winning chef, and now he's turning his focus to highlighting the people behind some of the best bites in 4 cities across the country. Aarón, welcome to DBL.
Thank you so much for having me. I've just been listening intently to all your beautiful conversation. You guys are so well informed and so eloquent, and I just want to say, wow, a big fan. So thank you for having me.
Wow. Click that for our reel. Okay. Thank you, sir. All right, Chef, your new show, Talking Sabor, takes the audience on a cultural experience to meet the people behind Latin cuisine across the country. What inspired you to take on this project?
Well, the idea is always finding inspiration. As a chef, you have to always kind of go sometimes back to roots and really honor a lot of these grandmas and these family-owned institutions and restaurants and make sure that they're highlighted. And I thought the best way to do that is why not bring a co-host with me along that we can kind of experience this adventure together.
Wow.
And so I kind of, went about it by finding a lot of Latin celebrities that I really, and influencers and people that are making moves that I admire, and that was really sort of the jux behind the whole show, Talking Sabor, and that for me is where it's at. You know what I mean?
So, sounds amazing.
Love it.
I love that, and thank you for the kind words in the beginning. I've been a fan of yours for a long, long time, so thank you for all the laughs and recipes. But what is the biggest misconception about Latino culture?
That's a very good question. I think well, first of all, it's not all Mexican. It's not chili peppers. It's not like, all of that kind of stuff. The way I look at Latin culture, it's a beautiful blend of the new world. So we're talking about, different flavors and different rhythms, and also the food that plays a big part in it. There's a lot of commonality between ingredients, whether it's in Mexico, Central, South America, the Caribbean. All of these ingredients kind of meld, and there's a lot of similarities. So I just want people to kind of understand that with respect to the food, that there's a lot of similarities and it's just not one homogenized thing.
I'm going to learn so much.
Well, you're hitting hot spots in Houston, Miami, Los Angeles, and New York. Can you tell me how the food changes from place to place?
That's a great question. Well, there's a lot of different regionality as far as where there's enclaves of different kinds of Latin communities, right? So I live, for instance, in New Orleans, but we have a huge Honduran community there, probably one of the largest in the country, and Nicaraguan. And then you go to somewhere, like Chicago, and then it's straight up Mexican, but from different parts of Mexico. So really, we did a deep dive, and then of course New York with all of its Caribbean, Latin, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Cubano, all of those good things. So it's really just depends on where these enclaves come. And at one point, a big community, immigrated there, and they just set up shop, and then more people came, and that's kind of how it went down.
I love it. So you got to hear so many stories while filming. Was there one that really stood out to you?
Yeah, I mean, we went to Los Socios, and there was a wonderful restaurant with this great guy named Jesus, who's a comedian and an author and a dad. He wrote this beautiful children's cookbook, and it just really resonated to me as a dad, and trying to have that beautiful balance and harmony in life where you're being career focused, but also trying to be a great parent. And it's just his story for me really spoke to me, and the show, by the way, Talking Sabor, is that kind of love that I think has a lot of similarities to this beautiful platform that PepsiCo has done, which is called Juntos Crecemos, where we all kind of go and identify these individual family-owned businesses, and highlight them, and that's what it's about. Because now we're planting seeds and we're letting that next generation understand, hey, go back and support these businesses.
Family-owned restaurants, that's the key. We only have a minute left, so I got to ask you this before you go. The latest season of MasterChef is coming up, so I have to ask you, what is your favorite part about starting every season?
Well, thank you. I mean, for me, MasterChef is an unbelievable anomaly. 14 seasons that we've been part of this unbelievable journey. It's the mentoring. It's the teaching. You guys spoke about teachers. I have, at my dad's side of the family, are all educators. My girlfriend's a nurse. You're right. Our most valuable community is our youth. So the fact that the word chef means teacher. And so the fact that I get to teach and I get to mentor, and no matter what happens, if they win, lose, or draw, they're walking out there with valuable life lessons and also culinary lessons. So that allows me to really sleep well at night knowing that they're going to walk away there with a bigger love for food. And that's why MasterChef is so special. So
Wonderfully said. Wow, Aarón, thank you so much for joining us today. DBL Nation, you can catch Talking Sabor now on Hulu, and you can catch the new season, MasterChef, on Fox starting May 29th. Thank you
Congrats
again.
on the new
busy.
season, brother.
Congratulations on
Congrats to you guys.
everything. Thank you.
Thank you
We'll be
guys.
right back.
Gracias.